Hello, this is Beans on Cake, and welcome back to part two of the Disabled Diaries, where I go through my adventures swimming. This has got different from my last one. There are actually videos that I recorded before I went swimming and after I went swimming, just to so I'm not relying on my memory. And then I will talk a little bit more at the end about how I have felt about some of the stuff that happened in the past 3 weeks. But yeah, thank you for tuning in and enjoy. Right, so it is 6:30. I'm about to leave. I am fighting waves and waves of nausea, which is not a lot of fun. And uh, I'm really not like I feel fine, but I also feel like I've been dragged through something. I've had quite a stressful couple of days, and it all caught up with me last night, and I didn't sleep very well. So I don't think I will be able to go longer than I have done in the past, but I'm certainly going to try. And I'll just sort of take it as it goes. But yeah, I will check back in when I get back home because I don't really want to record in public. That just don't want to do it. So yeah, I'll check back in when I get home, and then just sort of take it from there. But yeah, I'm gonna go, and I will. Yeah, I'll check back in later. So this is not when I got back from swimming. This isn't about the next day. Um, I had a lot go wrong yesterday. Swimming was fine. I managed to do a couple like full lengths. I also managed to go further than I've gone before. Um, but then after swimming, things just went a bit wrong. I'm okay now, sort of. Um, but yeah, no, the swimming definitely got easier. I managed to kick myself in the ankle without realizing, and I've got a lovely little bruise on my ankle. Um, and like I said, I was able to do a couple of full lengths, which I haven't been able to do like in a while without exhausting myself. But I kept doing them by accident. Like I'd just keep swimming, and then I'd be like, "Oh, other end of the pool, fine." Um, but yeah, no, it was good though. I had a good time, and I was swimming for an hour and 10 minutes roughly. There'll be like a little graph on the screen just to show you like just the improvement. I've also started the way I time my swimming now, rather than trying to work it out and do the maths. I use my little watch and I time when I'm actually swimming and I pause it when I'm breaking because if I time my breaks, I won't take a break. So I pause the stopwatch, take a break, keep going, and that's how I'm making it work. But yeah, no, I've got some stuff I need to do today, and then I will check back in next week with more swimming stuff. Bye. So, it is 5:10. I haven't slept. I had a nap in the afternoon because it got hot again in the UK, and it meant that I just haven't slept this evening. Um, but I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna go swimming, and I'll just see what happens, and hopefully, I won't have a whole problem like I did last week. Um, and that'll make a bit more progress. But equally, I'm half expecting to do less time this week because of the fact that I haven't slept. I don't want to overexhaust myself because I'd like to stay awake for most of today. Um, but yeah, no. So I will check in when I get back from swimming, and let you know how it all goes. But yeah. So I'm back. I swam for an hour and a half. I definitely overdid it because I saw that I think I'd hit 120, an hour and 20, and was like, I can do further. I can get to 130. I did, but I do now regret it. But I'm okay. I'm still awake. I need to stay awake for the rest of the day if I can. But yeah, no, it was good. I managed to do more like full lengths this time as well, which was quite good. Um, but yeah, no, getting out of the water still remains annoying. Because
when you're in the water, I can't feel my legs properly, and I also can't feel the pain that I'm in because the water pressure eases it, like it takes the pressure off of my joints that are fucked. And then getting out of the water, all of that releases, and it's just like, oh boy. But it was okay. I'm getting used to it. You'd think I'd be used to being in pain, but I think it's also once you're not in pain for a certain amount of time and that pain just rushes back in, it's like, oh dear, and it puts you in a little bit of shock. Um, but I was okay. But yeah, no, it was good. And I will go again next week and I will see what happens. But hopefully, whatever, nothing goes wrong today. Hopefully, nothing more goes wrong today. I don't have a repeat of last week because I do not want that because that would be unpleasant. But yeah, no. Bye.
Half of this one was recorded in my bathroom. The audio is really bad. I'm so sorry.
Hello, it is Beans on Cake, and this is a different kind of video. It is Tuesday, not Wednesday, and I'm going to have to skip swimming tomorrow because I am unwell. I've also overdone it to the point that going swimming could potentially be quite dangerous. So I'm not going to go swimming this week. I'm going to pick up next week, and hopefully I will be feeling better by then. Um, but yeah, I'm a little bit upset just because I was really enjoying the routine, but at the same time, I want to keep myself safe, and I also don't make anyone else sick because I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Let's let the name right. Which I think just sums up my existence. Um, but yeah, no, so I'll catch up with you next week. And yeah, bye.
So that is how the past 3 weeks have looked for me. I'm very pleased with the progress that I've made, both time-wise and the fact that I was able to do full lengths. Like, I went from doing one length and going, oh, I can't keep doing this, to consistently doing lengths, often by accident, without really thinking about it. And also, like, time-wise, I went from managing not even 40 minutes to lasting an hour and a half. I'm pretty pleased with that progress. But I do want to very quickly talk about the fact that I skipped a week. So I had a lot of feelings and thoughts about it. My first instinct was to be upset at myself. And like I even added the fact that I skipped a session to the graph as like a definite downward spiral of like, yeah, you got to zero, mate. You skipped a session. And it was kind of adding to that layer of feeling like I'd done something wrong. Even though, if you were to talk to me a year ago and I were to tell you, oh yeah, I'm going swimming every week, the me that was having to justify in their head using energy to just eat would have gone, are you okay? What is wrong with you? So the fact that I'm able to do this at all is something I should be proud of, but I'm not quite there yet. And then I kind of put it in different perspective of the fact that, like, it is only, like, considering that I've been doing this for 6 weeks, I swam 5 of those weeks, I skipped 1 week. In the grand scheme of things, I have done better than I expected. I have done better than I ever could have imagined with it. The fact that I just skipped 1 week, and it wasn't because I couldn't be bothered, it was because I was actively vomiting. And I thought to myself, no, I'm going to keep myself safe and keep other people safe. And it was also like recognizing that I'd overdone it. I could never do that in the past. If I'd realized I'd pushed the limit of myself, I would have just kept going. So the fact that I was able to recognize and stop, I need to be proud of, but I'm not quite there yet. It's been pretty good these past 3 weeks. I've made a lot of progress. Like I've really enjoyed swimming every week. There's been some like medical mishaps and some personal fuckery, but other than that, like the swimming has been amazing. And I will get back to you all in around 3 weeks with some more of these updates. But thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you all later. Bye.